All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to take a completely blank spreadsheet and turn it into a seriously powerful, professional-level tool. I'm going to walk you through it step by step so you can see exactly how it's done. Let's get to it.
We've all been there, right? Your boss comes over and says, "Hey, can you track this for me?" It sounds so simple, but that one little question is a fork in the road. You can either throw together a messy sheet that just creates more work, or you can build something clean, automated, and genuinely useful. We're definitely going to go with option 2.
So, to make this real, we're going to use a classic scenario. You've been asked to track office supplies. That's it. You've got a blank page and a simple goal. But what we're really doing here is building a valuable, shared resource that's going to make life easier for your whole team.
And that brings us to the most important part of this whole process, Section 1. We have to plan before we build. Seriously, this is the secret sauce. So many people just jump right in and start typing, but taking a few minutes to think first is what separates a good spreadsheet from a great one.
So what's our goal here? What does a great tracker even look like? Well, it does 3 things, and it does them perfectly. First, it only captures the data you actually need. Second, it's so easy to update that anyone can do it without instructions. And third, this is the big one, you can look at it and understand what's going on in like 3 seconds flat.
So for our office supply tracker, here's our blueprint. What do we need to know? Well, first the item name. What is it? How many do we need? That's quantity. How much did each one cost? Cost per unit. When did we order it? And probably the most important piece of info, what's its status right now? Ordered, received. This is the foundation for everything we're about to build.
Okay, plans in place. Now for the fun part. Section 2, building the smart tracker. This is where we stop making a boring list and start creating a dynamic tool that actually does some of the work for us. Let's add those power moves. We're going to do this in 4 key steps. We'll lock in our headers so they don't scroll away. We'll build smart drop-down menus to keep our data clean. We'll automate the math so we never have to touch a calculator. And finally, we'll make it beautiful and easy to read with some instant color coding.
First up, this is a super simple trick that feels like a game changer. Freeze the header row. You know that feeling when you scroll down a huge list and you're like, wait, what was column G again? Yeah, this fixes that. Freezing the top row means your labels are always visible no matter how big your tracker gets.
Okay, now for our first real pro-level feature, data validation. Sounds technical, but it's not. All this does is create a drop-down menu for our status column. Instead of letting people type whatever they want, like ordered, ordered with a lowercase o, or even a typo, we force them to pick from a list. This keeps everything consistent and makes our data 1,000 times more reliable.
Next up, let's make the sheet do the math. We just pop a simple sum formula at the bottom of our cost column, and just like that, we have a running total. Every time a new item is added, the total cost updates instantly on its own. It's automation at its best. Set it and forget it.
And this slide says it all, doesn't it? Look at the before version. It's just a wall of text you have to read. But the after version, your eyes just know. Using conditional formatting, red immediately screams problem, we're out of stock, while green says all good, it's here. You can see the health of your entire inventory without reading a single word. That's power.
Okay, before we go showing off our amazing new tracker, there is one final step, and you absolutely cannot skip it. You have to test it. Add some dummy data. Try every option in the dropdown. Does the color change like it's supposed to? Does the total sum update correctly? Finding a tiny mistake now will save your team a ton of headaches later.
So at this point, we have a really solid functional tracker. It works. But in Section 3, we're going to add those little pro touches to take it from just good to great. This is what makes it feel polished and ready for a team. Here's a tip that is so simple, but it screams professional. Just add a second tab to your spreadsheet, call it Notes or README, and in there, you just write a 1-sentence explanation for each column. This is called a data dictionary, and it means that anyone, even a new hire 6 months from now, can open this file and know exactly how to use it. Now, this is a huge piece of advice, especially when other people are going to be using your sheet. You have to protect the cells that do the work, like our total cost formula. It's so easy for someone to accidentally click in that cell and type something, breaking the whole tracker. Protecting that cell makes it bulletproof. Now, maybe all this feels like a lot, or maybe you're just in a hurry. Well, there's an amazing modern shortcut you can use to get a massive head start, and that's using a little AI assistance. You can literally just copy and paste this exact prompt into a tool like ChatGPT. It'll spit out a spreadsheet template that already has the columns we planned, the sum formula built in, and even the data validation for the dropdowns. All you have to do is add the finishing touches like our color coding. It's an incredible time saver.
And that brings us to our final section. We have officially gone from a scary blank page to a smart, polished, professional tool. So let's just take a second to recap the new superpower you've just unlocked.
Just look at this toolkit you have now. You didn't just learn a few party tricks. You learned how to think strategically before you build, how to keep your data clean with validation, how to automate calculations, how to create instant visual reports with formatting, and how to make your work ready for your team with documentation and protection. These are skills you can use on literally any project.
And that's really what this is all about. At the end of the day, you didn't just make a spreadsheet. You built an automated, reliable assistant. An assistant that saves everyone time, prevents mistakes, and keeps the whole team on the same page. That's a tool that provides real, tangible value.
So now you have the blueprint. You know how to take a chaotic process and bring it order and clarity, all starting from a blank sheet. You've built one smart tracker. The only question is, what are you going to organize next?